Hey there guys, this is Vlad from Review Outdoor Gear, and today I wanted to review this fire pit. This is a pop-up fire pit from Fireside Outdoor, and it's a pretty cool little fire pit, so I kind of wanted to take you through the details, explain kind of the possible uses for it, why I like it, and what I don't like about it, and just hopefully give you guys some useful information. So, this is a portable, lightweight fire pit. It all fits into this bag here, a little carry bag. Bag is about maybe 2 feet by 4 by 4 inches, and the whole thing fits in here with some extra pieces as well. I don't have an exact weight on it, but I think it's below 10 pounds. It's very, very lightweight, light enough to carry a short distance just in your hand. Definitely not a backpacking option unless you have a ton of people, but definitely a good car camping, backyard, or on the beach type of fire pit. And the cool thing about it is that it leaves essentially no footprint after it's burned down. For example, today we were out camping in the woods and there's about 2 feet of snow on the ground. And if you want to make a fire, you would have to dig down to the ground, make your fire way down, in a pit. It's not very ideal. This works very well because you can set it right up over the snow and you can make a fire. And for example, last night we had it burning, and we had it burning all night, and it eventually melted the snow away from underneath itself, but it didn't sink very deeply because the feet out there are kind of away from the center of the heat, and it worked very well. If you are worried about, though, it melting or burning whatever is underneath the fire pit, you can get an additional piece of equipment that is sold by them, and it's this reflective shield you can actually attach underneath, and it's got these little Velcro straps, and that will save either your lawn or your deck if you want to put it up there, or keep the snow from melting away. And it works pretty well. Also very lightweight, and that fits in the bag. The cool thing is that it collapses completely, and I'll show you that in a minute here after this fire burns down. But it burns very well because the whole bottom of it has a mesh. It's a very fine stainless steel mesh. So as you can kind of see underneath there, there's a very fine stainless steel mesh that you fit into there, and it allows the air to come in from underneath and burn the fire very hotly. It's not a smokeless fire pit. It still smokes like a regular campfire, but it does burn very efficiently. And that mesh is rated to, I think, 100 fires. And if you do eventually burn through it or you make a hole in it, you can buy a replacement for it, and it just goes right back in there. So the construction of this fire pit is primarily aluminum. The little metal rails out here are all made out of aluminum. The legs are all made out of aluminum. And it's all riveted together. It's very sturdy. Seems like very high quality aluminum. And then the stainless steel mesh inside. So it's all metal construction, which makes it very light. So what I like about this fire pit is how portable it is, how easy it is to set up and take back down, and also how quickly it cools off after the fire burns out or you empty the ashes. And I like that it's a pretty good shape. It's got a large area, so you can make a good fire for probably at least 4 or 5 people to stay warm around it. Last night we were down about 17 degrees, and we were plenty warm next to it. I think the whole fire pit is rated to, I believe, about 100 pounds of firewood. And I'll put that in the video. If that's not correct, I'll find the exact weight limit on this. So you can put a lot of firewood in there and make a pretty good fire. So that's what I love about it. A couple things that I don't like about it, or it could be maybe drawbacks, is if, for example, you're trying to cook a meal on a fire. It has got a pretty low lip, so you wouldn't be able to really set like a grill maybe at the height you wanted to off of it. Or if you were to put maybe a Dutch oven into there, it might not be super stable because the mesh is not solid. It kind of moves around. So if you're trying to cook meals or use this as a cooking fire, might not be the ideal option for you. But as just a warming fire, it works very well. I'm really pleased with it. And I also love how portable this fire is. I can literally grab this fire pit and grab by the legs down there. I can move it. I can just grab it right here, pick it up, and I'm ready to go. I can move it wherever I want to, you know, put it over here. As long as you don't stick your face in the fire, you'll be fine. It's cold enough down there to hold the leather gloves. So just a lot of really cool features for this thing. There you can see it burning during the nighttime. Got all our firewood stacked up. Nice and warm. You set it right on top of the snow. It's giving off a lot of heat. And down here it's not, I mean, it's warm down here. Eventually I think it's gonna melt the snow away, but you can also put that reflective shield underneath there. You can see it burning under there. Looks kind of cool. All right, so I emptied out the burning coals, and about 10 minutes later, this is definitely cool to the touch. It is pretty cold out here though, so if it was maybe summertime, give it an extra 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, so 15 minutes or so, it should be cool enough to disassemble. To do that, just take out this mesh, and pull it off. I actually just use these little metal pieces to do that. So this comes off, just like that. You can shake that off, brush that off if you want to, but set that aside. And then these simply just come off of these little posts there, and they all stack up really nicely onto themselves, just like that. So look how small that packs down to. So all four sides become this little thin piece. So I set that aside, and then the legs just fold up like that. There you go, very compact. Look how compact the feet become down there. And then I just nestle this into here, like that. And then for the last thing, I just take this, and I kind of just loosely roll it up in there. And there you go, it's packed up. It is a pretty dirty process because this is very ashy, so be prepared for that. But then this just fits right into the bag. Make sure we're not messing up anything else in there. And it zips up, and there you go. All packed up like that. So if you're, for example, if you're trying to go camp somewhere, or you're going on a road trip or something, and you want to bring a fire pit, but you're low on space, super cool option. Look how small that thing gets. Compared to like a solo stove, for example, which I usually like to bring, but it's pretty big. It doesn't collapse. This is a really easy option. You can throw this down, at your feet if you really needed to in the back seat, or strap it on top of your roof or whatever you need to. Let me show you how it sets up now that I've put it away. So you would start just by unzipping it. I usually pull out the legs first because they're kind of sticking out. Pull those out. Open this up. And it's got little limiting sleeves on here, on the legs, that tell you exactly how far you need to open that up, and it won't go any further. So that goes there. Then you can pull out these little aluminum sides. There's no order to how you want to do this. In terms of the sides, they can all work on any side. But I usually start with one on opposite sides, like this. Just like that. And these two fit over these sides. There's one. And two. So there's your basic shape. It's already become very rigid. And then last things last, you pull out your stainless steel mesh. And sometimes this is a little bit tricky to get on. You gotta just kind of mess with the tension on it. And if you put it on one post all the way right away, you're gonna have a really hard time getting on the rest of them. So what I do is just get that off of there. I don't put them on all the way right away. I kind of start out here, kind of give it a little bit of tension. Put that next one on. You can kind of use your finger to pull it onto there. See, like that. Do this side. And then this last one. You can use your thumb to kind of just pull it over onto there. And then once they're all over those posts, just push it down. And you're ready to go. Just like that. So setup takes maybe a minute or two. Very easy. And then you can, it's actually pretty rigid. Not gonna go anywhere when you're ready to make your fire. So if you're looking for a really small little portable fire pit like this, definitely consider this option. I really love it for uses like this where I need to be able to set up over a surface that I don't want to damage or dig down into. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below. I'd love to get back to you on that. And hopefully this was useful for you. As always, have a great day. Don't forget to praise God for all this beautiful creation that we have. And I'll see you later. Over and out.